Hi there. From today, I'm going to be starting my series of Read Aloud Stories. This series will comprise me reading to you 50 stories from the book Read Me a Story, Please, which is a collection of 50 read aloud stories chosen by Wendy Cooling with illustrations by Penny Dawn. I hope you like this series. The first story I'll be telling you today is How to Read in the Dark by Anne Fine. Once upon a time, there was a plain little grey worm called Hetty, who wanted more than anything in the world to be a glowworm. "Don't be silly," said her father. "Glowworms are different." "It's no use thinking about it," said her mother. But Hetty couldn't help thinking about it. She thought about it all the time. She imagined having a glow inside her, a glow she could turn on and off like an electric light. She could light the way home through the woods when it was dark. She could find things people had lost in murky corners. Best of all, she could read secretly in bed at night, without anyone catching her. She simply longed to be a glowworm. "Never mind," said her mother. "Come and have a cuddle." "Never mind," said her father. "Have a gingerbread star." But Hetty wasn't satisfied with cuddles and gingerbread stars. She wanted to be a glowworm, and she'd be one whatever they said. So she went out in the garden and sat on a flower pot, thinking. And when she had done enough thinking, she slipped off her flower pot and made her way quietly out of the garden, all the way through the woods till she reached Wise Woman's cottage. Wise Woman was busy sorting seed boxes. "Take my advice," she said to Hetty. "Go home." But Hetty wouldn't. Instead, she set off over the hills to the royal castle. The queen was busy counting all her coins. "What you are looking for is magic," she said. "I only have money and power. Go and ask the wizard." Hetty found the wizard at the top of the highest tower. He was busy petting and soothing his assistant. A spell had gone wrong, and all her paws had turned bright pink and purple. She was worse than upset. She was sulking. She wouldn't even go and fetch the spell book so he could turn her paws back to jet black again. "You hold the wand," the wizard said to Hetty. "I'll fetch the spell book." And off he went, the cat tucked underneath his arm. Hetty was left all alone. She was left all alone for a very long time. She was cold, she was bored, and she was very, very hungry. She looked at the star at the end of the wizard's magic wand. It was golden and glowing, like freshly baked gingerbread. She sniffed. It smelt like gingerbread. She pressed. It felt like gingerbread. She licked. It tasted like gingerbread. And she was very, very hungry indeed. All of a sudden, before she even realized what she was doing, Hetty had gobbled up the star, whole, all in one go. She was horrified, and she could hear the wizard coming back. Now Hetty was foolish, and she was stubborn too. But she was not stupid. She knew whenever you swallow something funny, you have to tell, and straight away. "Excuse me," she told the wizard politely. "I have just gobbled up the star at the end of your wand, by mistake." But the wizard did not hear what she said. He was too busy looking for the star at the end of his wand. "Please," said Hetty again, "I have eaten the star off the end of your wand." "Just a moment," said the wizard impatiently. "I cannot solve anybody's problems until I have found the star at the end of my wand." Hetty burst into tears. The cat stopped sulking to explain the problem to the wizard. The wizard took it very well, considering. "Thank you for telling," he said to Hetty. "It's always best to tell," agreed the cat. "And there are plenty more wand stars in the cupboard. We bake them twice a week and put the magic filling in on Thursdays." "So," Hetty said, "I am not poisoned?" "Poisoned?" exclaimed the wizard. "Certainly not. What a rude suggestion! The worst that will happen to you is that you'll start to glow a bit inside." "Like a glowworm?" asked Hetty, getting excited. "Like a glowworm?" "I'm afraid so," said the wizard. "How long will it last?" asked Hetty. "Till you grow up," said the wizard, "if you are frugal and do not leave it on all night." "Oh, bliss!" breathed Hetty. "Oh, joy!" "We'd better take her home," observed the cat. "It's getting dark." They all set off together. The cat wore boots. On the way home, Hetty kept glowing in the gathering dusk. It was a bit embarrassing. She tried to distract the cat and the wizard by pointing out bits of the scenery, until she got the knack of switching on and off. Just as they arrived at the garden gate, Hetty's father came out and called her in for supper. "Goodbye," said the wizard. "It was nice to meet you, even though I never did find out what it was you wanted." "I don't want anything," said Hetty. "I have everything I want." And so she did. She lit the way home through the woods when it was dark. She found things people had lost in murky corners. And, best of all, she could read secretly in bed at night without anyone catching her. And, since she was frugal and never left it on all night, it lasted till she was grown up.